Hello humans, how art thou today? Doing pretty dandy myself. So today's video is going to be a little bit more of a blog and a rant and some information as opposed to a review or an unboxing or a reaction video. Today's video is going to be another video about keto and the keto diet and the keto lifestyle and all that good stuff as well. So I wanted to pretty much throw a bunch of information out there for you because there's a lot of stuff on the internet. And a lot of it is crap, a lot of it's good, and then there's some people that just kind of ruin the diet for everybody. So I'm going to kind of dig right into some of the myths and some of the information that's wrong or misleading or way overboard, and just kind of go from there. So first of all, I've been on keto since about July. Now Luna, of course, is going to have to interrupt us during a talking blog as opposed to anything else. Anyways, I've been on keto since about middle of July. I decided to start doing the keto diet for a different reason than health. It didn't actually fall through with what I wanted, but I ended up taking the diet and saying, hey, you know what, I might as well just keep going with it and trying to make myself look better, improving my own health, my lifestyle, my body, everything like that, and getting back to the way old Joshua Meow used to be when he was decent looking as opposed to a big old guy. Driving me crazy. She only wants to do it when I'm doing a talking blog. So anyways, yeah, so I started the diet. It was very difficult at first, trying to figure out all the different things that are important to you and, you know, all the misinformation that's thrown out there. So a few things I'm going to go right off the bat and information that you do need. First and foremost, set your diet for, oh, come on, Luna, jeez. Set your diet for about 20 carbs, and that's 20 net carbs, not 20 total carbs. Because there's a lot of hardcore keto people out there that are throwing some misinformation out there that does not help you. It makes the diet harder and is not going to expedite your weight loss or anything like that. So ignore them. It is net. It is not total. I promise you. For your information, if anyone needs to know, I started at 240 and now I'm at 153. So almost 90 pounds doing what I've been doing. Now everybody's going to lose weight at different levels. They're going to lose it really fast. If they're heavier, if they're kind of smaller, it's going to be kind of slow. You might have to adjust your macros and your different things as you go, as you start to hit different plateaus, etc. But literally this entire weight loss journey that I've been on has had zero exercise, zero exercise. Well, I'm incorporating that later now because I'm at my goal weight, but we'll get into that later. Zero exercise and just straight doing the keto diet. So, yes, 20 net carbs. Some days, if you go over like 24, 25, you're fine. As a matter of fact, low carb and all that stuff starts you at like 50. I say start 20, start as low as possible, because if you can't handle 20, you can always bump up. And if you're very heavy set, you're going to lose weight regardless. Because what's going to happen is, let's say you're at 30, 40, 50. You may not be going into ketosis, or you might, very low, not nutritional, but you're going to lose a ton of weight because your body is so used to getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of carbs and sugar, grams of sugar, and now it's not. So you're automatically going to lose weight even if you screw up and get 40 carbs in a day. So set your goal at 20. As you break yourself down, again, it's not only ketosis that's going to be helping you lose weight, it's all those reduction in calories, all those reduction in carbs, and all that good stuff. Oh, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, nutritionist, or anything like this. I should have said that at the beginning, but I'll put it in the description. Yeah, so this is just my personal advice for you guys. Yeah, anyways. Moving on from that, so you want to set for 20 net carbs. Now, what are net carbs? So total carbs are everything in the bunch. No matter what it is, it's a carb, and that's why the hardcore people are crazy. Net carbs are everything minus fiber. Fiber does not affect you, does not affect ketosis, does not affect anything. So that's why net carbs are okay. So people who are like total carbs are like, oh, it's 17 total carbs. Can't have it. No, not on ketosis. But it's like 14 fiber, so it's actually 3 net carbs, and they're crazy. So again, I really want to emphasize net carbs. Now, what else is under there? Erythritol, sugar alcohols, different things like that. They are going to be under the carbohydrate section. Pretty much in America, everything just gets shoved under carbs. All sugar alcohols do not affect, or will not mess you up and will not knock you out of ketosis for the most part. Some people are affected a little bit different. They'll lose a little ketones, they'll raise a little blood sugar. For the most part, most sugar alcohols are safe, like your erythritol and allulose and stuff like that. So those are very, very good sugar alcohols. And again, they will not affect your blood sugar for the most part. You might get a little smidge, but you're totally fine. It will not affect your ketosis. I have gone hardcore on that stuff. Some people will get the poops and whatnot if you have too much erythritol, but you gotta have a lot of it. And I've never had that problem from having multiple cookies with erythritol and sodas and energy drinks and all that stuff. So do not worry about erythritol unless you're gonna go crazy, which I think you'll be fine. So yes, always focus on net carbs, not total carbs. Now, what about what's in that 20 carbs? Now, a lot of the hardcore people will be like, this has sugar in it, you cannot have it. Ignore them. Again, anything under that 20 and you're fine, trust me. I have a device that shows that, I'll just start. I use a Keto Mojo blood device. I was going to say that for the end, but I use that. I've tested many different things. I've had literally 19 grams of sugar and 1 non-sugar carb, and my ketones dropped just a little bit, because they will when you eat, and they went right back to normal levels within a few hours. What's in those carbs don't matter. I don't care what those rich people say or those hardcore keto people say. It does not matter. Some people are weak against sugar and they're like, well, they're diabetic, stuff like that. That's different. I'm talking about straight, just keto for losing weight and healthy eating and all that stuff. So again, those do not matter. So get your raspberries in, half a cup is fine. Blackberries, blueberries, keep it moderation. Different things like that. Anything as long as you don't go over that 20. I've had it to where I've had days where I've had 14 grams of sugar and 6 grams of carbs, and that's not a lot. And I've been perfectly fine. Does not affect ketosis at all. So, again, what's in those carbs don't matter. So a lot of people are even more hardcore, and they're like, well, this bacon here says 0 carbs, but it has sugar in the ingredients. Again, ignore them. It's all about what's in the numbers, not their brain. No one's an expert on this stuff. You can only go based on your own body. I don't care if they say whatever. And again, I'm not an expert either, but I can tell you I lost almost 90 pounds doing the exact kind. And there's dirty keto and lazy keto and this. I'm just doing keto. My blood ketones are typically around 3 all the time. Sometimes they go up to 4. I'm always in nutritional ketosis. And that's crazy because you want to be between about 0.5 and 4 pretty much. And I've tested mine all the time. I've had mine after meals. I've done different things. I'm actually very fat adapted, and you're going to get there that way as well. So we'll move on to that. What is fat adapted? Well, eventually you're going to be on ketosis for so long that it's difficult to be knocked out of ketosis. And if you are knocked out of it, your body will adapt right back. So for instance, let's say cheat days. Now, a lot of them will say, oh, don't have a cheat day, blah, 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 blah. You gotta live your life. Don't miss family events. Don't miss big things. Now, don't do it all the time. For me, in the beginning, I probably cheated, and I call it Keto weekend. I would always do more than 1 day, and it would typically be once every 3 to 4 weeks, or if I was on an adventure, or at a family event, or something along those lines. Now, nowadays, I'm so fat adapted, and I'm at my target weight about 153, and I'm still dropping down, that I actually have to incorporate it more. I need to do it every 2 weeks. I'm losing too much weight. And it's crazy. So basically, man, she's getting fur all over my face. It's driving me crazy. So yeah. Well, what was I thinking? Because her fur threw me off there for a second. Yeah, so you can have cheat days and you can have cheat few days and you're fine. What's going to happen is you're going to be knocked out of ketosis, more than likely, if it's a day or two and you go really hard. And I know some of those experts will be like, oh, have a cheat day and have some beans. Shut up. Have a cheat day and have some freaking Taco Bell. Have China Buffet. Have your favorite restaurant. Have a burger with a freaking bun. It's fine. Make your cheat day worth it. I'm begging you, because it does not hurt. So yeah, you'll be knocked out, and what's going to happen is the next day, you're going to, go back onto low carb and whatnot. Now, you may take, if you're fat adapted like me, I can get back in ketosis within about less than 2 days, which is crazy, but I know this because I test my blood and I can see my ketones. Some people take 3, 4, 5 days. Some people take 6 days. Once you get really fat adapted, your body's going to remember. And it's going to say, that's what I have to do. And it gets you right back in a lot faster. But that's why they tell you in the beginning, before you're fat adapted, not to have it every couple weeks, because it's going to take you 4 or 5 days to get back on. You're not going to have a lot of weight loss, basically. And you're not going to be in ketosis long enough and low carbs long enough. So, yes, you can have cheat times. enjoy the heck out of them, eat like crazy, and then get back on there, because what's going to happen is even though you're not getting back at ketosis right away, that next day when you're ready or whenever that may be, you're going to go back down to 20 carbs, any sugar, whatever, and you're already going to have reduced calories, reduced carbs, reduced everything, so you're already going to be in a healthier state. Now, about working out. For me, completely unnecessary, and a lot of people it's unnecessary. You really don't need to, because you'll be building muscle, and you might even demoralize yourself because you're gaining weight as opposed to losing weight, which again, you shouldn't always focus on the scales. But now that I'm at where I want to be weight-wise, I'm now starting to go to the gym and start to get muscle and get my body back in shape and be tough and, you know, build up my power level. But, you know, for a lot of you, you don't really need to. Don't try to go crazy with it. Just, you know, go exercise when you want to, but the diet itself is difficult enough, so don't make your entire life about suffering unless this is something you want to do. So yeah, that's pretty much all the things that I could think of now. We covered our cheats, we covered the carbs and what's okay. There was one more issue, I can't remember, I think it was something along with the gym or time management, I don't know. But anyways, try not to focus too hard on the numbers, guys. I mean, you really want to stick to 20, obviously, but there are a lot of, products. There are a lot of different things that you can do to still enjoy life. So, for instance, Monster energy drinks. I drink them like crazy, but I drink the 0 calorie, 0 sugar. They're made with erythritol. They got about a carb in them, and that's it. I drink them, you know, probably once a day for work, or a coffee or tea, whatever, vice versa, basically, whichever I'm in the mood for. Quest makes a lot of good cookies. I would go for their cookies and their chips. The chocolate chip one's probably the best. There's some chocolate milks out there that are very low carbs. One of them is like, it has like 4 grams of carbs and stuff like that. You just gotta look at all the labels. Anything that has erythritol as opposed to regular sugar, you're gonna be fine for. You just gotta, you know, watch your ingredients and go from there. And also, I think there's Zevia, which is good. There is Virgil's orange soda, which is very tasty as well. So there are a lot of things that you can get, but please, for the love of God, just focus on a few things. First of all, don't harp on the ingredients. A lot of hardcore keto people are going to be like, oh, soybean oil, blah, blah oil, this, that, this sugar, that. Shut up, please. A lot of us want to just lose a lot of weight and have a healthy lifestyle, and we don't need to make it more difficult. So enjoy, don't go too hardcore on ingredients. Don't go too hardcore on your macros. Just know that you're going to be under 20 carbs. Focus on being under 20 carbs as well. Don't be focusing so hard on fat, protein, all that other stuff. You'll get there eventually. In the beginning, just focus on staying under 20 carbs, and that's literally the main thing you need to do. Don't be butthurt if you hit 25 or 28. You're not going to fall out of ketosis if you're like, you know, anywhere between 0 and 10 more than you should be. Pretty darn sure you're good. Now, you might be in rough shape if you have your cheat day and then like 40 carbs the next day. You need to really not do that, but under normal circumstances, if you go over that number, you're fine. The body is incredibly intelligent. It knows what it's doing. So, I hope that answers a lot of the questions out there. There's a lot of people giving misinformation, and everybody is different, so you need to test. You need to basically see what works for you and ignore most people, but don't make it so difficult that you can't do the diet. Don't take away your cheat days and ruin amazing events. Don't take away your treats. Don't not eat certain foods because they contain blah blah. Other than like aspartame, which does kind of suck. I mean, I'll have a diet soda every now and then, but for the most part, aspartame is the ingredient that everyone is right about. It does kind of blow. But other than that, just focus on doing you and try to ignore everybody else out there, because they're going to be filling you with tons of crap, and it's going to make you just get turned off on the diet and the lifestyle and be done with it. And you really, really don't want to do that. I have lost an incredible amount of weight. I mean, I lost the majority of the 85, 90 pounds. I lost pretty much, I'd say 75 of it from July to December pretty much. And it just melted off. And it can melt off in you too. You just got to stay focused and don't let people pressure you into doing other crap. So anyways, I hope this was informative. I hope you guys actually enjoy this video. It's a little bit of a break of what we normally do. I know there's a lot of you that aren't on keto and don't really care, so I apologize. Anyways, thank you all for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you want more keto information, you can always message me, comment, and if you want more videos like this, let me know. Again, I recommend all those products I talked about. I recommend getting a blood meter, not a urine analysis meter. The urine ones are only good for the first like month or so because you're actually going to be peeing out ketones, but they're going to go away. That's going to give you false positive or false results. So just stick with the blood if you want to be tested out and find out what your ketones are. Anyways, thank you guys all for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I should have another Josh on Meow Reacts video tomorrow, and then a few other videos throughout the week. So have a great night, Meow.